So over this past week and a half, we have been bombarded with the gaming news on top of gaming news, and it's exciting because we were in a place where there wasn't much happening, but now we're kind of just like every day or every other day we're getting some sort of news. Yesterday was a very exciting day. I wake up and see on Twitter that a new Paper Mario is just announced. Like Nintendo just announced a new Paper Mario for no reason. They just said, you know what? No direct. They've already confirmed they're not having a direct in June. They're just like, no, just one day. Let's just post on Twitter. And they picked yesterday. They picked yesterday to just reveal the new Paper Mario game, and it's coming out in like 2 months. It comes out in July 17th, same day as Ghost of Tsushima, and that was shown yesterday. That the gameplay was showed yesterday, and it looks fantastic. That game, man, like I love everything they showed yesterday. I love the exploration, love the combat. Well, the combat doesn't look as good as like the exploration. I do think the combat doesn't look perfect, but it looks okay. And honestly, that looks like one of those games that even if the combat isn't great, it doesn't matter because the exploration in that game and just exploring that world and probably the story because the story looks great as well and the music. Oh my gosh, like the music in that game is so good. So yesterday was exciting. Um, and it's all kind of a part of Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. Well, the Nintendo thing technically wouldn't. Like, I don't know what Nintendo's doing if they just don't want to do Summer Game Fest or if they're just doing their own thing. I mean, Nintendo, they usually just do their own thing and they don't really do what other people do. Um, but Summer Game Fest is a big thing right now. It's started by Jeff Keighley, and I gotta say I love it. I'm a huge fan of Summer Game Fest. I love especially in the times that we are now, kind of the gaming world, we need to kind of unite and just be excited about games and have things to look forward to. Um, Summer Game Fest, I have nothing but positive things to say about it. I know some people, they say, oh, it sucks, but I do think a lot of people kind of let their expectations get a little too ahead of themselves. Like for instance, the Unreal Engine 5 thing. You know, Keeley he was hyping it up, and he said it was a special moment, one of the biggest moments of Summer Game Fest. And do I agree that it was special? Absolutely. Because especially for the game developers, they are excited about what was showed. They're excited about Unreal Engine 5, and it was a big moment for them. But I do think that Keeley needed to manage expectations just a little bit and kind of say, hey, this is a little bit different than what you're expecting. This is not a game reveal because when he was saying that it was special and that it was the biggest thing for one of the biggest events for Summer Game Fest, I know a lot of people, including myself, me and my friends even talked about this. We thought it might be PS5. We thought it was finally going to be either the reveal of the console look or just the announcement of like their reveal day. Um, Obviously that didn't happen, and a lot of people were expecting big games, like Batman or GTA 6 or any, it's like you're just setting yourself up for disappointment, and it happens to me as well. We're all guilty of that, and so I do think managing expectations is going to be big going forward for Summer Game Fest. Like I understand that you don't want to give the reveals away, but at the same time, like you can't let people go in expecting, these big games when it's not even a game. Um, I was very impressed by the tech test or the tech demo that Unreal showed at Summer Game Fest, and I actually thought it looked very impressive. Um, the biggest letdown for me is that that's not an actual game. Like it's happened. I mean, it always happens with especially like Unreal tech demos. Most tech demos. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just tech demos. I mean, it's not really. It's sort of something built up, to kind of showcase what the engine can do. Um, and it's an impressive engine. I just think that the biggest letdown for me is that I'm never going to play that. That world looked interesting, but I'm never going to play that game. Um, Once we see a game that looks that good, which I don't think we're going to see a game that looks that good for a couple of years. Once we see something though, like from Sony or Microsoft first party, their exclusives, that's when I'm going to be excited. Obviously, it's rumored right now Sony's going to be in June, um, and apparently they got a lot to show, which I'm not surprised. I do think Xbox messed up personally. Um, Xbox did have their May 7th reveal event, and I'm not gonna lie, I did a reaction to it. I recorded my reaction, I watched it live, and I didn't upload it because yeah, that show was interesting to say the least. Um, I do think that there was some cool games shown, but ultimately people were expecting the big reveal of your console. Big beautiful games. Showcasing the power of the new Xbox, and we didn't really get that. And I don't know why Xbox decided to lead with that show. They definitely should have waited, but they didn't. And yeah, so I didn't upload my reaction to that show because, like I said, I didn't. It just it looked. It just wasn't. The industry needs to learn from Xbox that managing expectations is important because Xbox didn't manage expectations. They had everyone hyped for big third-party games. A lot of people were wanting Elden Ring, stuff like that, and we didn't get much. I think the biggest third-party game reveal there was Madden, which is that's never a good thing when one of your biggest in terms of known IPs. The biggest thing that was shown was technically Madden, which I'm trying to think about stuff that was showed. I can't really remember, and honestly, that the show wasn't that memorable. And I'm not trying to hate on Xbox. Obviously, I prefer the console. But boy, it just wasn't. It just wasn't a good wasn't a good show. Like it just was not a good show, and I was very let down by that. But I think that going forward, Xbox and Sony both have a chance to really show people what the consoles can do, or at least what they might do in a couple years. I'm excited, obviously, for Halo. I mean, Halo is my favorite franchise, and I can't wait to see Halo Infinite running on a Series X. I can't wait to see, hopefully, like 20 minutes. Like I want like 20 minutes of Halo stuff. Like Sony just gave us 18 minutes of Ghost, and I loved all the stuff they focused on. And I hope that Xbox and 343 Industries had their eyes on that, and like, hey, yeah, we need to show exploration, because it's apparently rumored to be like sort of an open world Halo, so we need to show exploration, we need to show combat, we need to show all that stuff, and even show multiplayer because Halo fans are thirsty for news. We've been waiting since 2018. Well, technically, we've been waiting since 2015, because that was when Halo 5 came out. It was the last Halo we got outside of Halo Wars 2. So we're waiting for gameplay. We're waiting for any news that we can get. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what Xbox is going to show in July, because they're already confirmed that July is when they're going to have their big exclusive show with some third party. And Sony is rumored to go in June. So as the months go by, we're going to get more and more news out of Summer Game Fest and game announcements, which that's exciting. And personally, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I hope that everyone else is excited. Comment a game that you want to see. If you're watching this and you've reached this point of the video, comment a game that you want to see revealed. For me, I can't wait to see, outside of the obvious ones, I can't wait to see something like BioShock. I want to see the new BioShock. I'd like to see a new Splinter Cell. I'd like to see a lot of new stuff. I'm excited to see whatever everybody shows. Like, I'm excited. So, hope everyone enjoys this video, and subscribe if you want. Goodbye.